The theme for the 21st shloka of Saundarya Lahari is Ahlada Lahari. Lahari is a wave. Ahlada, there are many words for pleasantness, different levels of pleasantness. There is Ananda, Ahlada, there is Sukha. Sukha being the most simplest of them. Ahlada, a little more, it's just raptures of bliss. Even in English has multiple joy, bliss, happiness, ecstasy, many words. Ahlada, hladana is joy, joyful raptures. And this AI generated image captures the essence of the words contained in the shloka. Before we go to the words and how to pronounce them, there is sadhana and siddhi that pertains to the 21st shloka, which are like this. So this is the yantra that corresponds to the 21st shloka. The siddhi that corresponds to the prayoga of the shloka is virodhi nashanam. Virodhi means an enemy, nashanam means destruction of enemies. Some people, very tantric, outward kaulachara people and vamachara people, use this to target people they don't like and their enemies. But in samayachara, in more internalized, inward oriented traditions, these virodhis are seen as the internal enemies of the kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsaryas, the arishadvargas as they call them. So these internal enemies are destroyed. The sadhana is done facing east for 45 days, chanting it for 1,000 times every day with a naivedya of 3 madhuram. With this yantra visualized in the mind and as these bija mantras in those positions. Again, as I keep saying, there are more prescriptions as to what to draw this on, what then to do with the yantra, what to do with the naivedya as well. But we'll not go into all that. We'll relish the poetic meaning, the human physiological interpretation, the cosmic interpretation of the words of the shloka, and use this for our own well-being. That is the siddhi and sadhana of the shloka. Coming to the words, this word is tatil lekha tanveem. The word is split as tatit, lekha and tanveem. It is tatil lekha tanveem tapana shashi vaishvanara mayim nishannam shannamapyupari. Shannam api upari becomes shannamapyupari. If you have problems, if you find it difficult to chant it after me also, and there are some mistakes, you are finding it difficult, try it multiple times. It just comes with repetition. Go back, and in individual shloka videos I'm anyway putting timestamps for the meanings, the introduction and the chant part, so you can click on that timestamp. Just try it a couple of times if you don't find that there is enough time now. The next word is kamalanam tava kalam maha padmatavyam. It is split as maha padma atavyam mrudita mala mayena. Mrudita mala mayena. Mrudita mala mayena is one word. Manasa mahantah pashyanto dadhati. It is not dadati. These are two completely different verbs in Sanskrit. Dadati and dadhati. This is dadhati. Paramahlada laharim. Let us do it line by line. Tatil lekha tanveem tapana shashi vaishvanara mayim nishannan shannamapyupari kamalanan tava kalam mahapadmatavyam mrudita mala mayena manasa mahantaf pashyanto dadhati paramahlada laharim. As you see, the word at the end itself is the theme of the shloka, dadhati paramahlada laharim, To understand this, before we go there, let us do a melodious chant of this in Shikharini Chandas. Tatilekha tanvim tapana shashi vaishvanaramayim nishannan shannamapyupari kamalanam tavakalam Mahapadmatavyam mrudita malamayena manasa mahantah pashyanto dadhati paramahlādalahari. So beautiful, beautiful shlokas, every single one of them. Let us now understand the individual words of this shloka with the help of this layer-wise arrangement of all the words in this shloka. There is only one key idea conveyed in the shloka. All the other words support it. This word immediately supports this main idea. These other words that are grouped below it support this idea, and so on, cascading downwards. Just a quick introduction for those who are new. So the main idea that is being conveyed, what Shankaracharya is saying is Parama ahlada laharim dadhati. The verb is dadhati. So dadhati is to give. Dadhati is to hold, to attain, to have. Attaining to an ultimate. The word for ultimate is parama. Parama what? Ahlada lahari. Lahari is a wave. A wave of what? Not ananda. Ananda is full of complete ecstasy. There is Saundarya Lahari, which is the name of the stotra itself. It is a wave of beauty. Ahlada Lahari is a wave of joy and, a way of deep pleasantness. How do they attain it? Who attains it? How do they attain it? When do they attain it? All of that is described below. Pashyantaha dadhati. By seeing, they attain. Who attains? Who is seeing? Mahantaha, great beings. Pashyantaha dadhati. So all of these, so wherever lower layers we are in, if we go back one layer by one layer and attach all these words, they must form congruent, meaningful sentences. Tavakalam pashyantaha dadhati. Mahantaha pashyantaha dadhati. Mrudita malamayena manasa pashyantaha dadhati. Like that. So, Mahantaha, the great beings, by seeing or realizing, Pashyantaha, Vikshanam, Pashyati is to see. Pashyantaha, as they see, they attain to this ultimate wave of joy. By what? Manasa, by their minds. In their minds, as they see, visualize in their minds, they attain. What kind of minds? Mrudita mala mayena manasa. Mrudita is that which is cleansed. Cleansed of what? Maya and mala. Mala is impurity or defects, faults. Maya is illusion. Once the mental impurities and illusory understanding of the world around is all cleansed, with that kind of a mind, as they see, they attain to an ultimate wave of joy. Mahantaha, great beings. What are they seeing? Tava kalam pashyantaha dadhati. As they see an aspect of your being, as they realize kala is, there are many words for kala. Kala, here we are just looking at it as one of the aspects, one of your attributes, one of your qualities. Your quality, your attribute. What kind of attribute is that? Is described further in the shloka, in the words below. Mahapadmatavyam tavakalam. Where is that attribute? What kind of attribute is that? It is an attribute which resides in the Maha, great, Padma, lotus. Atavi is a forest. Atavyam is in that forest. In the forest of the great lotus. And this, what is that symbolically? Where is this forest of great lotus? Shannamapi upari kamalanam nishannam. Nishannam is that which is seated. Upari is above. Kamalanam is above the lotuses. Shannam api kamalanam is above the 6 lotuses. Shat is 6. Shannam api kamalanam upari nishannam mahapadmatavyam tavakalam Pashyantaha dadhati Mahantaha Mriditamalayena Manasa. It is a little too obvious in my mind, but I hope I'm not going too fast with this. In the great forest of Sahasrara, the forest of the great lotus, which is Sahasrara Chakra, which is the 1,000-petaled lotus, which Adi Shankaracharya is calling the forest here, which resides above the 6 other lotuses below, from Agnya to Muladhara. In that Sahasrara, looking at your form, realizing your form, those great beings attain to an ultimate wave of joy. How is that aspect? How is her aspect there at Sahasrara? It is being described through other words like Tapana Shashi Vaishvanara Mayim. It is of the aspect, it is of the attributes of Tapana, which is the sun, Shashi, which is the moon, and fire, which is and Vaishvanara, which is fire. So these three are seen as the right energy pathway, the left energy pathway, and the central energy pathway, the Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. So Tapana, Shashi, and Vaishvanara correspond to Pingala, Ida, and Sushumna respectively. So at this point, which is the source of all of those, there, what is the other word used to describe this? Tatil Lekha Tanvim. Tanvi comes from the word tanu, which means a form or body. With the body like that of Tatit Lekha. Lekha is a streak, a stroke, is a line. Of what? Tatit. Tatit is lightning. Like a lightning streak, like a stroke of lightning, with the body like a stroke of lightning, with the attributes of the sun, the moon, and the fire, the Ida and Pingala and Sushumna, above all the 6 chakras at Sahasrara, Mahapadmatavyam, your attribute, realizing that with the minds cleansed of all the impurities and illusions, those great beings attain to ultimate wave of joy. So just repeating the words one more time. Tatil Lekha Tanvim, Tapana Shashi Vaishvanaramayim, Shannamapi Upari Kamalanam Nishannam. Shannamapi Kamalanam Upari Nishannam. These words can be reorganized without any loss of context. That is the beauty of Sanskrit. Mahapadma Atavyam, Tava Kalam, your aspect of being, Mridita Mala Mayena Manasa, Mahantaha, Pashyantaha, Parama Ahlada Laharim Dadhati. I hope with this, the meanings of this is clear. Just to, add some more context and to, visualize that. Once again, this imagery helps in visualizing that. At Sahasrara, which is the source of all the energy that is present within the body, realizing that source, which is of the nature of the sun, the moon, and fire within the body, that is what spreads across as sun, moon, and fire within the body. At Sahasrara Chakra, which is the forest of the great lotus, realizing your attributes, realizing your form, those great beings with their minds purified attain to a great wave of joy. This is the 21st shloka of Saundarya Lahari.